OffBeat Sports Podcast presented by Celsius.
It's been a tale of two seasons for the Boston Celtics.
I probably aged about 10 years just from that series.
I'd probably compare myself to just a younger, smarter, more handsome, stronger Michael Jordan.
Let's go Celtics. Go Patriots.
These are guys who, when you give them a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, they finish every last drop of milk.
Absolute clown over here.
I'm ready when you are, baby.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the OffBeat Sports Podcast presented by... It's Super Bowl time. Me and Aiden are joined by our old friend, Michael Vosi, for the Super Bowl episode.
Welcome back, Vosi.
Welcome back.
So happy to be
You look fantastic.
Nice and early. Just a great time to record. I'm so excited to be here.
Alrighty. Well, it's Super Bowl time and greatest time of the year, right? We're looking at this matchup, Chiefs-Eagles. Not the matchup anyone wanted to see, but the matchup we got. We got facing off. We got Jackson Mahomes and Brittany versus the shitty fans of Philadelphia. So it's basically the lesser of two evils. So personally, for me,
the worst. You can't. That's not the worst that we could have had. I feel like 49ers would have been worse because we've already seen matchup already. Like in the last
40, yeah, but like I like the 49ers, I could watch that.
I think Cross was referencing the worst matchup for Patriots fans because I mean, Pats fans aren't exactly,
football wise, it's going to be probably a good game, but just Pats like fans. Even just a football fan, like Philadelphia fans are garbage. Brittany and Jackson Mahomes are annoying as hell. So, my original thought is like, as soon as the matchup, I was like, all right, I can't stand Philadelphia. I'm going Chiefs. And then I kind of thought about it. And then on my For You page popped up a video of Brittany and Jackson Mahomes celebrating, going, oh my God, yeah. I was like, all right, Philadelphia, let's do it.
No, go ahead. No.
I was like, and then from that moment on, I was like, all right, I'm with Philadelphia.
I'm such a fake fan. No,
you are a fake fan, Vosi. Vosi, you're just a fake New England fan. We're not going to go there because this could be a 5-hour argument. But fake New England fan right there. But I'm going Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia is going to win. I think they just have a better overall team, just well-rounded, like defense, offense. Although you can't really underestimate the power of the quarterback, where Mahomes is definitely the favorite in between the two. So it'll be interesting. Personally, I think the Eagles should win this game. So that's who I'm rolling with. Aiden, who are you rolling with?
Yeah, so this one's tough because I think by the time Sunday rolls around, Mahomes he won't be 100%, but he'll be pretty close to it. Same with Travis Kelce. Obviously, Mahomes is top pass catching option. It's tough. I mean, I'll probably be pulling for the Chiefs just because, Mahomes is a likable guy. He's fought through some injuries. And as Cross said, Philly fans, some of them aren't the most respectful. So, I mean, I think the Eagles will win. I just think they just have so many weapons on both sides of the ball. It's going to be hard for the Kansas City defense to stop them. And Mahomes will be Mahomes, but I think in the end, Philadelphia will find a way to win. So I'm going to go with prediction, the Eagles, but secretly pulling for the Chiefs.
All right, Bosie, comes to you.
I think it's a wicked balanced game. I feel like both teams are like equal. Like they're really equal. They both have like what I would say the two top quarterbacks of this year as far as like performance and stats. Aren't they? I mean, Mahomes and Hurts are...
Hold on. I feel like that's like a hot take, but also not.
Like
Mahomes I don't know how to put this, but I feel like saying that those are the top two quarterbacks of the year is like a hot take, but also, is it because they're also the top two MVP favorites?
It's like you're looking at you have the top MVP candidates, you have two good offenses, you have two good defenses. It's not, and you have Nick Sirianni's done a really good job with that team, so it's not like you can say like a new coach, like whatever. He's done a really good job over there, and so my thing is I think the Eagles have the better like roster heading into the game, and without the questions of kind of like the injury as much to Hurts, because yes, Hurts has a shoulder thing, but it's not really inhibiting his ability to play like in the pocket,
make big plays. Yeah,
Yeah, so I feel like that's a huge thing. And my thing personally, if well, here's my like kind of like key to the whole thing, what I think is going to make the difference in the game. And the Bengals didn't do this, and I don't understand it. If the Eagles can get to Mahomes early, if they can start to get pressure up the middle and force him to move outside the pocket and actually create opportunities for himself and not just throw from within the pocket or make a couple steps here and there, I think they're going to disrupt their whole thing because I don't think Mahomes is going to be able to be as mobile by the end of the game. Like if the Bengals had been disrupting that the whole game leading up to the fourth quarter, I don't think Mahomes makes that play with his legs that late in the fourth quarter because he would have been dead by. So I think that's a huge thing in the game is if like Fletcher Cox and like the front line of the Eagles can actually get and make pressure up the middle for Mahomes and collapse the pocket on him, I think that it's going to be the Eagles, like no doubt. But it's really just dependent on that because the Bengals didn't do that. I still think they would have won the game if they had.
Yeah, you also can't forget that Chiefs wide receiver core is really banged up. I mean, you're going to see a lot of Kelsey action, which I mean it's the Kelsey Bowl. You can't ignore that. You got first brothers facing off NFL history. That's probably the biggest storyline of the Super Bowl, which is interesting, and I think it brings an entertainment factor because they're both pretty entertaining players. So
I don't even think I actually looked at it from like the talent perspective of it, because the Eagles' offensive line has been really great, and he's a huge part of that. The Jason Kelsey's a huge part of that. And I think that's a big thing, like as well. Going, like I said, the quarterbacks are the biggest takeaways for this game to me. Is Jalen Hurts is his first time in the Super Bowl, but if he can show up and he can not let that spotlight get to him, and he can actually put on a show because he has all the weapons.
He basically just has to not make like multiple stupid mistakes. He has to like limit his like actually stupid mistakes to like probably under 3.
It's on in my eyes, it's on the Eagles not to lose this game.
Yeah.
Like I think they have every reason to win the game. I don't think there's many reasons for them not to win this game in general. I mean, they have the talent on both sides of the ball. They've shown that they can move the ball up and down the field, even when Hurts isn't at 100%. And it's not as if they don't have a good backup quarterback if something were to happen. They have Gardner Minshew, and he's a capable NFL quarterback. Like they don't really have as many holes in their team as I feel like the Chiefs have started to have with the injuries that they've racked up over throughout the course of the playoffs. They did just elevate Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but they sent down what's the receiver? They sent down to IR one of their top receivers on their team. I just can't think of his name at the moment.
Juju?
No.
Who got hurt?
They put someone on IR. I can't think of his name. He's been on the team like longer than Juju.
Kadarius Toney is out, I think.
Another one too.
McCole Hardman is on.
Hardman. Yeah.
Hardman.
Sorry, I always forget about him.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So like they've had a couple injuries. As much as they've like activated players and stuff, I think that's going to be a huge thing come Sunday because if the Eagles are able to get to Mahomes and he needs to make a play, who's he going to make the play to? And if the Eagles defense is playing as aggressive as they did the other day, given the 49ers looked horrible in that game, but the Eagles defense was flying all over the field regardless of that. If they come up with that kind of fire on Sunday and Mahomes has no one to make a play to and they can somehow trap Kelsey because they have good middle of the field play on that defense, I don't really know what the Chiefs are going to do. Like they're not going to have many options and they're not going to be able to just run the ball because they have a great pass rush up front and they're going to be able to come down on the run.
Yeah. So looking at this game, I mean, I'd have to imagine this is going to end in a close game either way. But do you think there is a chance that one of these teams could end up with a big lead, like at some point in the game? I feel like the Eagles could do it if they play like a near perfect game. I think it's gonna be really tough for the Chiefs to keep up. Because of the Chiefs' injuries, because of their lack of experience other than Mahomes and Kelsey, because you got to imagine a lot of their offense is young, a lot of their defense is young. I think that most of their secondary is rookies or second-year guys. So
much of it is the same team.
So the question is, like, do you guys think there could be one of these teams taking a big lead in this game?
Yeah, I mean, to kind of
go. Do you think it's realistic?
to kind of go off of what Bosi was saying earlier, the Eagles do look like the more complete team, and I think when you're the Chiefs and you do have the holes that they do with as many receivers as they have out and just guys in general, offense and defense, when you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he can usually, hide some of those holes just because of how good he is and how great of a quarterback he is. But yeah, I think going into this game, especially if he's not fully healthy, Kelsey's not fully healthy with the lack of receiving depth they have now, I think if Philly comes out, energized, ready to go, it's their first Super Bowl in 5 years now. Not many guys left from that championship team. I know Hurts wasn't a part of it. So a lot of guys hungry for a win. I could see them coming out. They get out, score a touchdown on the first couple possessions. The Chiefs kind of struggle to get it going because the Eagles pass rush is elite. The game could get away very quickly from Kansas City. And I mean, not ruling out Patrick Mahomes being able to come back from a big deficit. He's done it before. We know what he's capable of in big games. I mean, he just did that in the Super Bowl a few years ago, but it's a lot to ask of him, especially if he's not as mobile as he usually is when he's fully healthy. Could be a rough game for Kansas City if they can't stop Philly on the first couple of drives.
Oh, so do you think it's realistic that there could be a big lead in this game? Like,
I think a huge,
over, 14 or over.
I think that's possible. I really do think I agree with you guys. I think it's kind of like the Eagles kind of lead to get and the Eagles lead to lose. I don't really see a world where the Chiefs come out on firing on 100 cylinders. I don't know how many guys they have to plug in their offense this week, but I mean, think about how many guys they were talking about last week. They're like, yeah, they don't really want to be relying on this guy right now. I heard them literally saying that on the broadcast about these guys.
They also said that defensively too, because I mean, you got to I know it wasn't as big as the offense, but they lost a couple secondary guys.
I do have another.
They're relying a lot on these young kids.
I do have another about this game that you guys might actually think is interesting, and you'll probably have an opinion on. So I feel like it's a tale of two different teams. Obviously, it's two different teams, but hear what I was saying. So when Mahomes made the Super Bowl the first time or second time, the way that the Chiefs had been built around Mahomes was he was on his rookie contract. So everything was they were buying players. They had brought in guys. They had paid for players to come. Tyrann Mathieu, all these different players they'd gone and acquired using that money because he was on a rookie deal. He was the best quarterback in the league. It looked like he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league on a rookie deal. You take advantage of that. And so now, as he's now onto his larger contract that he's signed, the way that they've built their offense around him is very much more homegrown. They have a lot more receivers they've drafted or guys that have tenured there for a bit longer. And so the system is actually kind of growing into teaching guys rather than just bringing in talent, which is I think kind of ways that teams have to do things, which is where you've seen other quarterbacks that get their payday. It's harder to win because it's harder to surround those guys with talent because of the demand on their contract, which is where you see on the other side, the flip side of things, the Eagles, they were able to go make a trade with the Titans to pick up, a stud receiver. They've been able to acquire talent. They've been able to bring guys in. They were able to go sign Darius Slay to a big contract, I believe. And other guys on their team they've brought in talent on that team. So it's kind of a tale of two different, points in their quarterback's career, and you can see it very flatlined right out in front of you. Mahomes had that not too long ago, but quickly that team has changed, and the way that team has revolved around him is very different if you look at it just from a depth standpoint. Whereas Hurts is surrounded by a ton of talent, bought talent and grown talent, but I think it's kind of interesting to look at and see kind of where it's changed for the Chiefs, and that they're still here is pretty impressive.
So to kind of conclude our Super Bowl, I want to go through a couple of the exotic Super Bowl bets, the fun ones, and we're gonna give our picks for them. So if you want to use our picks and bet some money on them, and then send us a little moolah. If
expert picks coming up right here. Trust everyone.
Sorry that my thing dragged on a little bit. That was something.
You're good. No, you're good. So if you want to put some money down on our bets, maybe win big. If you win big, you want to send us a cut. I'm good with that. But just first off, the start of the game, coin toss. What are we rolling with? Heads or tails?
Heads.
Aiden, you running
There's no-
heads, Bussy?
I always go heads. I mean, it's worked for the Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I can't go against it.
If there's a petition for the Kelsey's mom to do the coin toss.
That would be awesome. I honestly think that's a great idea. But
There's
I'm
like
rolling heads.
I think it's like 180,000 vote petition for the Kelsey's mom to do the coin toss.
They got to do with that, but I'm voting heads.
I'll go heads too. That's what I usually say every
Hey,
year.
well, yo, Offbeat is running with the heads, so you guys place your bets.
Put
I
your
was
life
about to know.
savings on heads
I was-
just because Offbeat said it.
I was gonna say something wicked funny, but I'm just
Yeah,
not.
yeah. So, let's see. Which player scores the first touchdown? I already placed my bet on this. I'm going Travis Kelce. I think Chiefs are gonna win the toss, and I think they're gonna go to all reliable Mr. Travis Kelce.
Yeah. I foresee first touchdown. I think it's going to be a Jalen Hurts QB draw or some kind of QB scramble. I think Hurts is going to
All
get
right.
it.
All right, Bosa.
What's the name of the starting tight end for the Eagles? He was hurt for like half the year.
Dallas Goddard.
Goddard?
yeah.
Goddard.
Yeah, I think
Whatever his
he's-
name is.
Touchdown scorer, especially if they get in the red zone, because when he was healthy, they would go to him a lot. And if the Eagles do get the ball, I think they're going to be able to drive down the field early because they're going to have that momentum. And I think he's probably going to be their option in the red zone.
Yeah, look for those tight ends. I think that the tight ends are going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, so I guess it's
Um,
the same thing on the other side. I just think the tight ends are going to be huge in the game.
Yeah. So Rihanna is playing the halftime show. Thank you. First song of the halftime show. I'm rolling with Umbrella. I think that's just a classic song. It's a good vibe to start out the show with.
No,
Yeah.
come on. SOS.
Oh,
You know why I want
shout out Big Mike. Shout out Big Mike.
you know why I want that song to play. I'll lose it because I'll probably see it.
I'm gonna go with Diamonds. I think she's gonna start with that one.
All right. Yeah, you build up.
There's no way
Uh,
SOS will be the song. I'm just
Alright.
rolling.
Last one. Fun one. Color of the liquid or Gatorade that's dumped on the winning coach.
Ooh, this
is
one's
the-
tough. This one's tough, but considering I think the Eagles will win the game, I'm gonna go with lemon lime. Kinda close
I'm
to
going
that.
orange. I'm going orange. I feel like it's not going to be the same color that they're wearing. I think it's going to come to preference and also like accessibility. And I feel like orange is a very accessible color for them. So I'm going to roll with orange.
I'm gonna go with red, and I still think the Eagles are gonna win. I just think it's gonna be red.
They're gonna pull out the red just to be petty for the Chiefs.
No, I just don't think that the Gatorade has any coordination with the teams. Like I don't
Well,
think
it's taste preference, so you got to know what the
No.
team likes.
No, I know that, but like I feel like people will be like, "Oh, Chiefs red," like that
Yeah.
doesn't.
It
like,
doesn't
that's
have anything
not
to
a-
do with color. Yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes might like cool blue Gatorade. He doesn't give a crap that it's blue. Like it's the flavor. You know what I mean? There's no Eagles green like Gatorade. Like that's not like I'm gonna like sit here and like make it like something that it's not. I'm just picking a random flavor. I'm not. There's no like really
Yeah.
research on that.
Mhm. So
And it takes time and like researches that Gatorade and all that other stuff like that. It's a little bit above any of our, I think, pay grade to just.
All right. Well, if you want to throw some bets on our picks and let us know. I mean, we're
Well,
always open
actually,
to-
but before we go, let me just put that out there that the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, the Gatorade was lemon lime.
all
So,
right.
Just putting that out there.
Hey, it's a different team though. They may have a different preference,
Okay.
or they may have the same. We will see. They got to win first. That's the thing. They got to win.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm changing it to blue, but I'm just gonna.
All right. So yeah, I think that pretty much
Pick it-
covers.
Oh, cares.
All right, so I think that pretty much covers all our Super Bowl predictions and analysis. So thanks, Vosi, for joining us. Hopefully, we'll get you on a bit more in the upcoming weeks.
I have some
So
more on my hands as of recently, so I'll be able to off a lot a little bit.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but go Philly. That's how much I hate Jackson Mahomes
Big
and
fan.
the
Big
wife
fan.
Brittany.
But yeah, so should be a good one. I'm excited for Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see you next time on Offbeat Sports. Be sure to check us out on our socials.
Hey, Owen, fly Eagles fly. All right. See you
Oh my
later.
God. All right. See ya.
Call them all, text them.